Let us study the synthetic division of polynomials. We're going to look at when to use synthetic division, how to use it, and then we're going to look at some examples. Synthetic division is only useful if your divisor is a binomial. So that means your divisor is in the form mx plus b. So for example, you have a situation where you have 2x squared minus 3x plus 2. What we're saying here is that your divisor must be in the form 2x plus 3, in that form, like a straight line, mx plus b. Now what you want to do here is you want to first find the zero of the denominator. So that means you're going to solve the denominator, you're going to make it equal to 0 and find the value of x, or whatever variable is identified. You're going to rewrite the polynomials with the exponents in decreasing order from left to right, and we're going to pay attention to the coefficients of the terms, and then that's where we're going to start from, and I'll show you how to do that in the following examples. So we have x squared plus 5x minus 8 divided by x plus 3. So the first thing we're going to do is find x plus 3 equal to 0. So we want to find the value of x. So we subtract 3 from both sides. So x equal to negative 3. So we start off here. Okay, so we will look at the coefficient of each of the terms. The first one is, so we look at the decreasing order of the exponent. Here you have 2, 1, and then you have a 0 here. So you have coefficient of x squared is 1. Coefficient of x is 5. And then we have negative 8. And then our divisor is now going to be negative 3. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring down the 1. And then we have 1 multiplied by negative 3. We're going to write the answer here, negative 3. Now we add this together. 5 plus negative 3 is going to be 2. And then we have 2 multiplied by negative 3. We have negative 6. So we have negative 8 plus negative 6. That's going to be negative 14. So now let's interpret this answer here. What this is telling us is that when we have x squared plus 5x minus 8 divided by x plus 3, now our answers are always going to start from we're going to start from a lower exponent. So if our degree of the polynomial is 3, our result is going to be a degree of 2. So you always have a lower degree than the original polynomial you have. So in this case, our degree is 2. So our solution is going to be a degree of 1. So this is going to be x, 1x plus 2. And then the number here is actually your remainder. So 1x plus 2 plus minus 14 over x plus 3. So another way to write this is x plus 2 plus minus 14 over x plus 3. So that's the solution to that. Let's try another example. We have x squared minus 6x minus 16 divided by x minus 5. So we're going to find the value of x if x minus 5 is equal to 0. So x minus 5 equal to 0. We add 5 to both sides. So x equal to 5. Now we're going to start our synthetic division. So the coefficients of our terms will be 1, minus 6, and 16, and our divisor is going to be 5. The first thing we do is extend the coefficient of the leading term and bring it down here. 1 multiplied by 5 is 5, so we write that here. Minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1. Minus 1 multiplied by 5, we have minus 5. 16 plus minus 5, we have 11. So this now means that x squared minus 6x minus 16 divided by x minus 5 is going to be x minus 1 plus 11 over x minus 5. Let's try another example. We will look for the 0 of the denominator. So 2x minus 5 equal to 0. So that means that we're going to add 5 to both sides. So 2x equal to 5. Now we divide both sides by 2. So x is 5 over 2. So now let's start our synthetic division. So we have 5 over 2 as our divisor. We have 8, 6 minus 20. We're going to bring down the 8. So 5 over 2 multiplied by 8. So 5 over 2 multiplied by 8. That should give us, cross this out, you have 20. So that's going to give us 20 here. Then we subtract in this situation 6 minus 20. We have minus 14. Now minus 14 times 5 over 2. 5 over 2 multiplied by minus 14. So you divide here, we have 7. So this is going to give us negative 35. So minus 20 plus minus 35 is going to be minus 55. So 8x squared plus 6x minus 20 divided by 2x minus 5 is going to be 8x minus 14 plus minus 55 over 2x minus 5. One thing to note here is that when you have the synthetic division is actually more accurate if the coefficient of your denominator, if the coefficient of x in your denominator or of the algebraic term in your binomial is 1. Now we have 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x plus 7 divided by x minus 2. So the first thing we're going to do is find the 0 of the denominator. X minus 2 equal to 0 plus 2 plus 2. So x equal to 2. Now let's start with our synthetic division. So we have 2 minus 5, 3, and 7. And our divisor is 2. So the first thing we're going to do is bring down the 2. 2 multiplied by 2, we have 4. Minus 5 plus 4, we have minus 1. Minus 1 multiplied by 2, we have 2. Actually, we have negative 2. 3 plus negative 2 is 1. 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. So we have x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x plus 7 divided by x minus 2 is going to be equal to 2x squared minus x plus 1 plus 9 over x minus 2. So you may be wondering, what if you don't actually have a remainder? Let's look at a quick example there that will not have a remainder. Let's have an example like x squared minus 6x plus 8 divided by x minus 2. So we already know that this is going to be, we're going to have 1 minus 6, 8, and our divisor is going to be 2. So we bring this down, we have 1 multiplied by 2, we have 2. Minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. Minus 4 multiplied by 2, we have minus 8. Minus 8 plus 8 is 0. So that means that this does not have a remainder. So therefore, x squared minus 6x plus 8 over x minus 2 is going to be equal to x minus 4.